Hi! By the time this video is uploaded, it will have been a month since I uploaded my last video. Proud of it? No. Necessary? No. Did I do it anyway? Yeah. Reason being, December this month, threw me in for a whirlwind. With exams and trying to raise my GPA and everything, it was just a lot. And I had 2 really content-heavy exams, and they were both at the end of the exam period. Like,
what are you talking about? What do you mean I have an exam on the 16th and the 19th?
What? Anyway, the day that I'm recording this is the 19th, which means that I had my exam today. I had it at 9 a.m. So I can finally read books, watch shows, and play video games without feeling guilty. So if you've been subscribed for a while, by a while I mean at like the beginning of this year, you would know that there was something that I was keeping from y'all. This is the video in which you find out what I'm talking about. In my 2024 goals video of this year, I said that I wanted to learn a new language. And everything that I said was very calculated. That I wanted to learn a new language. Girl, why would I want to learn a new language? Unless I was, by chance, mayhaps, perhaps, perchance,
studying abroad?
Yeah, that's the announcement. That's pretty much it. I'm studying abroad next semester.
Thanks for taking the time to watch this video.
I haven't really hinted at anything all that much. Through my YouTube videos, I was very much even the last video, the overthinking video, I was like,
something's happening, but I can't give you guys too much detail about it.
But this is the video where I give you the details. So first thing you probably want to know is where and when and what language. My answers to those questions are South Korea next year during the spring semester and Korean.
I wish I could play the audio for this TikTok, but I don't want to get copyrighted. So if you want to hear the full audio, just go to my TikTok. My TikTok link is in the description.
The reason why I chose Korea was because growing up, I always wanted to learn an Asian language. I don't know exactly why. I always said that I wanted to challenge myself when it came to that. Kind of self-studied Korean in COVID lockdown, in quarantine, but there was never really a reason for me to. It wasn't I was going to the country. It was just out of, interest and leisure. When I finally decided that Korea was the location that I wanted to study abroad in, it obviously took things to the next level, and I was like, okay, so now I need to really hone in on the language. I do have to say my Korean is still very, very, very horrible, very, very bad. The most I can do is introduce myself and ask for an iced Americano.
You gotta be kidding me.
Another reason why I chose Korea was because their dollar is pretty much the same. To be fully transparent with you guys, I would have loved to go to Europe, and I would have loved, maybe to go to Italy, where my family's from, or go to France, which is very popular on my campus because it's a French campus. But the only thing is, I would have to pay so much more money because everything would be in euro, and the Canadian dollar and the euro, yeah, we're not doing that. But luckily, the Korean won is almost 1-to-1 with Canadian dollars, so that is also why I'm going. I think that, being in Korea or just being abroad in general is just a great thing for me at my point of life, at this point in my life. And so that's just basically why I chose Korea, why I'm going. I've always really liked the language, and I've also, I don't want anyone coming for me and being like, oh, she's a Korea boo, because that is the last thing that I am. That's freaking gross. No. During COVID, I did start listening to K-pop, and I did start listening to K-dramas. Listening? Because I had so much extra free time, right? So I just kind of fell down that rabbit hole of that. But also it made me really, really, really like the language, and I think it was a good gateway into learning the language and learning phrases here and there. Let's talk about the process of getting to the point where I am right now. So for those who don't know, I go to York University, and York has a international program where basically you can travel abroad to other countries and you pay your home institution's tuition. So I'm basically studying abroad through York University, which is my home university, and I applied to study abroad January. It was beginning of January. And when I made the video talking about my goals and wanting to learn a new language, I had just submitted my application to my home university to study abroad. Then it all began. Then the waiting started. So in about March, I got my acceptance from York, basically saying that like, yeah, you're accepted into the international program. My school had like specific requirements, so I had to have like above a certain GPA, had to have completed a certain amount of semesters, like that kind of thing. And so once I got accepted in March, it was from March to like literally the second week of October of hearing radio silence. Like I heard absolutely nothing, like literally nothing, because the student affairs office was focused on the people who were going abroad for this semester, for the fall semester. All of us, you know, spring, winter folks, we had to wait. So I got my information from York about Yonsei my second week of October this year. And that basically, ooh, did you see the glitch? Ghost. That package basically just had like all the necessary information that I needed to fill out Yonsei's application. And so Yonsei's application, the deadline was October 31st, and I feel like I have so many hairs in my mouth. And basically what I needed was like passport, and I needed like a student ID photo, a transcript, like things like that that are just, you know, the formalities behind studying abroad. It was a rather seamless application. Like there wasn't much really to it. It was just a lot of like preparing documents, and they also had us do this study plan form, which was basically, you know, talked about what we wanted to study, like what our aptitudes in life are, like what are, I guess, sayings of life, like what are things that you really follow that like fit you. I don't know what they needed it for, but they needed it for something. 3 days after my birthday, November 14th, I got my acceptance. Like I woke up to my acceptance and I was like, thank the Lord. So that was the first step of like actually moving along in the process. And then after that, it was a matter of booking my flight, and it was a matter of getting into a dorm. So I booked my flight, and thankfully I'm not going alone. I'm going with a person that I met who goes to another school, but we're both going to Yonsei, which is really cool. We're gonna dorm together. The dorm application was more stressful than I thought it would be. So the thing is, Korea right now is 14 hours ahead, which means that their 10 a.m. is our 8 p.m. here in Canada or here in Ontario. The biggest thing was trying to be there at 8 p.m. and get that application in as quick as possible, because I've heard people, like previous people who have been to Yonsei, I've heard them say that they were not able to secure like a dorm. They were not able to get into one, and so they had to find other accommodations. And I was so prepared to stay in a goshiwon, which is basically just literally a bed, desk, and bathroom in one room, and you just stayed in there. That was your accommodation. Thankfully, I secured a dorm, and so did my roommate, which is really cool because now we don't have to worry about that. I literally filled in the application, waited until 8 p.m., clicked on like submit application, like literally within like a second of it turning 8 p.m. and that's how I got my dorm. So where we're sitting right now is getting the visa. So you have to get, you know, a visa to go abroad, obviously, because you can't just like go and study. You need documentation that you're legally allowed to. So we're in that period right now. We're trying to get all that sorted out. So one of the main reasons why I decided to study abroad was because this is something that I've been wanting to do since I was 12 years old. I wanted to go to a different high school that was abroad, but that kind of like didn't make sense at 13 years old. And then I wanted to go abroad for post-secondary. So like I wanted to do a university abroad, but it's very, 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 very expensive when it comes to tuition and when it comes to like rooming and boarding. Like it's unimaginable, okay? And I would also have to do like the SAT and the ACT, and I'm like, I just don't really want to do that. But I still always had the dream or the goal of going abroad because I feel like it's just a really great opportunity. I'm 20 years old. This would be the time to do it, because when things get too serious and there's just responsibilities, or if I'm in my master's, like I'm just not gonna have that time. Whereas now I have the time and it makes sense and it's feasible. That's why I'm doing it now. What really pushed me to do it, and I didn't really think about it until I saw Caroline Manning. She was going on Semester at Sea. Semester at Sea is really, really cool because you get to like do school on a boat, and like that's super cool. It really made me want to look into studying abroad. And when I had looked into Semester at Sea and potentially doing that for myself, it came out to like $40,000 Canadian. So then I was looking through my school to see if there's any options, and I just so happened to get an email talking about an exchange program, and I was like, wow, this is so convenient. Like, how did you read my mind? It's like you knew. And that was around this time last year. Then I did my application by January 15th, and then all that happened, and here we are. If it wasn't for Caroline Manning, I probably would not have looked into it. What can I say? Her Vlogmas came at the right time. Like, it really, really did. I've been scouring the internet for, like, you know, tips when studying abroad, or like things I should bring to Korea specifically, because a lot of the things that I see are like things you would bring to Europe, like safety devices for pickpocketing, and I'm like, I just want to know what toiletries I should bring, and I just want to know if there's something that I should bring from home because I won't be able to find it there. The answer is deodorant and pads and stuff. So thanks, TikTok. So my goals for studying abroad, how I'm feeling about it is, you know, it's getting kind of close. I've got 2 months off, so I've got January and February because I'm leaving at the end of February, and I have like a lot of videos planned leading up to it. It is going to be a stressful time, I do have to say, because I'm leaving my family for 4 months, which I have never done, and the longest I've been away from my family is a week. I want to try and use this opportunity to, I guess, just become more self-sufficient. Like, not only am I leaving my family, like I'm leaving my boyfriend and his family. I think this is just an opportunity that I can only really come by now, and I'm gonna, you know, seize the opportunity and just try and be like more self-sufficient, and also just be like more comfortable being alone. Like, I feel that because I live with my family, because I am always surrounded by people, it kind of takes away from like me being able to be comfortable by myself. And I'm a very like ambivert person, so like I can do really well with people but also do like really well alone, but I'm also just not the most responsible person that I need to be at like my big girl age. By that I mean like I tend to rely on a lot of people for like decision making because I don't really like trust my own opinion, if that makes sense. I think me going abroad will not only strengthen that, but it will solidify it. And I think that me going abroad is just like a great learning experience when it comes to, you know, rights and wrongs for me, and really like soul searching. And yeah, like I just want to learn how to be good in my own solitude, really just figure things out, because I'm 20. I feel like I have plans for my life, but like I don't know, maybe after Korea my mind will change. My mind will change. But yeah, so that is the big announcement. That is the thing that I've been holding in for a year now. If you have any questions, let me know. I might like make a video answering some questions. I have a couple of videos that I've been meaning to make but haven't been able to make because finals is actually like taking up all my time. I posted on my community page on my YouTube channel saying that you guys aren't ready for the content next year. I literally have so many content pieces that I want to make for you guys. There's so many things leading up to it while I'm there that I just want to make for you, but also just for memories for myself, because this is a big thing in my life. Like, I'm literally packing up my life and moving abroad for 4 months, and like that is a very big thing for me. I'm very like attached to everyone around me, so I'm gonna go through a withdrawal period, but we'll figure it out and we'll live and we'll survive. So get excited. I'm very excited. I can't wait. I feel like the entirety of January and February are going to be focusing on editing and uploading, but also just preparing myself mentally for going abroad. And if anyone has any tips, if you've studied in Korea or if you've just studied abroad, if you have any tips, let me know. I'm open to everything. I'm a newbie when it comes to these things, and I'm a newbie when it comes to like traveling alone. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. Please like, please subscribe. Big things are coming in the new year, and I'll see you then. Take care. Bye everyone.